Howdy, folks. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. And as you guys know, I have a brand new friend that I found uh, by the name of we're calling him Brutus for now. And of course, right when I was about to go live on my stream, Brutus decided that it would be acceptable to jump out of the window uh, and attack a another dog. So that was quite interesting to see this 110-pound, what I thought was a 9-month-old baby, turn into a monster and go after somebody's dog. And that was quite interesting, to say the least. Anyway, we got them broken apart, and so we're now here for the show. First of all, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of those mothers that watch my show, have been following me all of this time. Just I wish the best for you today. My mother died in 1997, and it's just often so difficult to move on without her. So if you got your mama in your life, holy moly, do everything you can do to love on her and let her know how special she is and how much you care. Um, because if you live long enough, you don't get to keep them forever. This is a new segment for me. One of my club brothers recommended it. He says, since you wrote all these so-called Bibles, why don't you have Sunday Bible study? Because I wrote the Prospects Bible, the Sergeant at Arms Bible, the Public Relations Officer's Bible, and my newest book, President's Bible, is just about to drop. It is really close. So he said, why don't you do study from your books? Call it Sunday Bible study. I thought that might be interesting because there's so many connotations where we bring motorcycles to motorcycle club life. We equate that to church, to that kind of a lifestyle because of the dedication and things like that to it. So, my number one bestseller, Prospects Bible. This actually happens to be the first one that was ever printed. I still have the proof. It's a little battered and a little torn, and it's waterlogged and all of that. But I still have it from when I first wrote this book. I believe in what was it, 2014. I first wrote this book in 2014, so it is a little beaten and torn. But I'm gonna start doing Sunday studies on the books that I've written as we talk about a lot of MC protocol. And the reason for that is this is supposed to be Sunday Ask Black Dragon, and we go a lot of Sundays and nobody asks anything. So we're going to be doing some Ask Black Dragon, and we'll be doing some of this kind of study as well. So hopefully you guys will like it, and we will see how it goes. I keep saying hopefully I will stop saying here in just a minute. So um uh, um forgive me for that. I need an jar. But we're going to talk about, if you if those of you got my book, uh there are in the very front pages, there's 19 what I call steps to dynamic prospecting. And these 19 steps are something that I wrote a long time ago, and I put them in this book. And I wrote these steps, as some of you guys know, I wasn't really a great prospect, and I wrote these steps a little bit after my prospecting period was over, as to kind of give me a guide as to what I would have done if I had done it differently or if I had done it better. So I call these like the 19 best practices to prospecting for a motorcycle club, or the 19 best practices to dynamic prospecting. and I'll try to make these as quickly as I can. But a lot of times you can read something in the pages, so I thought it might be interesting to, when I go through the books and I start telling you what's behind some of the things I wrote in them and clarify them up. Since this has been a #1 bestseller since 2014, um, I think there might be a lot that I could talk to about. So talk about to people. So first one, a prospect lives to serve the MC. A lot of people tell me I don't have time to prospect. Well, good. Don't join the MC. I'm a truck driver. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm an airplane pilot. I'm in the military. I just don't think I have time to commit to the brotherhood. Good. It's not for everybody, and it's not meant to be. Prospecting is meant to bring you into our motorcycle club nation for the rest of your life, to help you build us, to take us further tomorrow than we were today. The most important person to a motorcycle club is a prospect. That's the most important person because prospects represent our future. And as long as we have prospects, we will live forever. We will continue to prosper as a motorcycle club nation for as long as we can convince people to come and join up. So we take prospecting very seriously. If you don't take prospecting seriously or you don't think that you can seriously do it, then prospecting is not for you right now. Good evening, Black Dragon, Topeka, Kansas. My Black Sabbath brother. Good to see you, man. God bless you. Glad to have you on the show. I always love it when my brothers are here. So, a prospect lives to serve the MC means that during your prospecting period, your purpose is to serve the MC. Now, does this mean that people that are limited on time or people that are truck drivers or have other things going, ambulance service drivers, doctors, airplane engineers, astronauts, does this mean that you can't prospect? Absolutely not. Many clubs will work with you within the limits of time you have, but it is it's a journey, and it's a journey that could be 3 months or 5 years, however you want to take that journey, however long you want it to take. So we expect you in a traditional family MC, it's God, family, job, and then MC, God, family, job, MC. But we're up there, we're high up there, and we expect you as a prospect for the amount of time that you're prospecting. We expect you to live to serve the MC. Two, a prospect never fails the MC. Now listen, we're all human. Nobody's expecting you to be some superhuman kind of thing. But there are certain things you can do that will fail the MC. And one of those things is not to come truly as you are, not to come with an open heart and an open mind, to be a liar or a shirker or someone who shirks their duties or someone that doesn't believe in the brotherhood of inclusion. You know, there was this one guy that used to call himself there was this one guy that used to have one of these channels, and he used to call himself a Sigma male. And a Sigma male is someone that doesn't is someone that's supposed to be better and bigger and tougher than an alpha male. And one of his things was, I don't get into group think. You know, if one time the whole club wanted to go and support a brother, and I didn't approve of his lifestyle, so I didn't go. Listen, group think is what a club is. Groupthink. Hello. Yeah, it's groupthink. So there's safety in numbers. Join the herd. You're coming to the herd. You do what the herd does. You do what the herd leader says do. And if you can't do that, you're going to fail the MC. So a prospect tries to learn how not to fail the MC so that he never fails the MC or she never fails her MC. A prospect is supposed to be geared towards the success of the MC at all times, even more so sometimes than the members. Sometimes the members look at prospects and they become inspired because the prospect comes with just such goodness and positivity towards the growth, the success, and the prosperity of the MC. So two is a prospect never fails the MC. Three, a prospect volunteers without having to be asked. You might think, well, gee, that's self-explanatory, but a good prospect looks for opportunities to learn about the motorcycle club, to aid the motorcycle club, to invest in the motorcycle club time, like painting something, cleaning something, washing something, helping somebody in the club. A prospect takes advantage of every opportunity to learn the brothers in the MC. And a prospect takes every opportunity possible to serve the MC. You serve the MC, that is you showing us that you have what it takes to be part of the brotherhood, but you learn about the MC. That's the MC taking the time to show you that it is worthy of your time. If you can't get any members' time, you can't never see the president, you can't never get a peek at the bylaws and learn and be taught the history. I've seen prospects cross over and not even know what their colors meant on their back. Is that a failure of the prospect or a failure of the club? It's both. If you stayed in the club long enough to prospect and you don't know every aspect of that club, that's your failure, and that's your sponsor's failure, and that's the club's failure. That's the president's failure. But it starts with you. So a prospect volunteers without having to be asked. You bring your ass to the clubhouse, and the first thing you do is turn two. We used to have this saying, turn two, clean up ship, when I was in the Navy. Ding, 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 ding. You wake up, turn two, clean up ship. You're looking for opportunities to make that ship clean. If you didn't find an opportunity, the chief would find one for you. So don't let them find something for you. Find it for yourself. Learn how to be productive and to be a self-starter, and you will be honored. And you will be rewarded for doing such. Number four, a prospect represents his patch with honor. I remember reading the bylaws of the 1949 booze fighters. One of the things those bylaws talked about, they were very short bylaws. One of the things they talked about is how a club member would look in his uniform and never be crapped out and laying on his back in his uniform in his sweater. They had sweaters back then. They didn't have the vest or the jean jacket. They had sweaters, and they expected your sweater to be right. When you're in them club colors, man, you represent us in the way you look. If you're some more raggedy, nasty, ratty looking something, the club is going to look raggedy and ratty and nasty and disrespectful and slovenly. Prospects are not supposed to be slovenly looking. Also, you represent us in the things that you do. If you're out there getting into trouble, speeding, acting a damn fool in your colors, you're not representing your colors properly. If you're committing crimes in your colors, you're not representing your colors. If you're starting stuff, if you're fighting, some people put those prospect colors on, they become a different person. Now they want to fight or talk crazy. Every time you talk crazy to somebody, you don't help an old lady across the street. You're not representing us well in our colors. So it says a prospect represents his patch with honor. Make everything you do when you're wearing that patch honorable, and you will honor the MC. Don't do any dishonorable, low down, slovenly thing, and you won't dishonor the MC. It's that simple. Don't commit any crimes in our patches. Don't curse anybody out in our patches. Don't kick anybody's ass in our patches. You're not honoring our patches. And whatever you do, don't be trying to run on the glory of the club and the past deeds of others. Our club is bad doesn't mean you're bad. Our club is a badass doesn't mean you're a badass. You're still a prospect. You've yet to prove that. We'll let you know when we put our full patch on you. We'll let you know how great you are at that time. A prospect is proud to prospect and does so with glee. And yeah, I know that's old people's term, glee. But glee is, I love glee. Glee is like This is just so gleeful. I'm just so gleed to be here. I'm so gleed. Can y'all glee with me? Can we get some glees? Can we get an amen and some damn glees? You serve with glee. I see prospects that are so mad they got a prospect. I was in the Army. I was a forest recon super bad mofo. I'm an 8th degree black belt. I've prospected 1,000 times. I'm a Gemma Phi, Gemma. I'm all these things. Why the hell should I have? I'm a doctor certified in pulmonary discourse. Why would I have to prospect? Because you're not a member of this club. That's why, bro. You're not a member of this club, and if you're not a member of this club, you still got a prospect. We'll see you at the end of the process. So we expect you to do so with a good damned attitude. Not a bad attitude every time somebody's asked you to do something. Yes, yes, big brother, I'll get that. Yes, brother Black Dragon, I'll get that. I'll be happy to. Can I wash your bike? Can I go get you something? I'm going to the store. Can I bring something back? When you have a detail, you get it done. Hey, go clean the parking lot. Absolutely, big brother. I'm on it. Come back. Come springing back. It's done. I cleaned the heads up. I cleaned the puke out of the toilet. I even disinfected it with anti-HIV bacteria cleaner as well as anti-COVID-19 killer. And I put some anti-COVID-20 killer just in case we have COVID-20. Well, thank you, prospect. Out anything I can do. Absolutely. A prospect is proud to prospect. One of the funnest times you're ever going to have that you'll ever remember is right now when you're prospecting. And I have prospects come up to me, man. I remember when I got president prospects now. Hey man, I remember my first job as a prospect is when you were a national president and I had to escort you. My job was your security and your protection to keep you alive. Now he's a big time president. Now they are big time presidents, and man, that was so fun. I had so much fun back then. A prospect is always silent unless spoken to. Listen, bro, you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, and 1 mouth. Look, listen, smell, hear, understand, soak up like a wet, big old soaky, soggy, wonderful bun and some gravy. Keep your mouth shut. In some places, some clubs, prospects are not even allowed to speak in public. In some clubs, prospects are not allowed to even take a picture. They got to turn their back to the camera and get down on one knee. They don't even get to take a picture until they've finished prospecting. You're to be silent unless spoken to. You're to be seen and not heard. Your job is service to the club. If you can learn this quick, fast, and in a hurry, you'll be a dynamic prospect. Your prospecting days will be dynamic because you will get it. Man, he gets it. He gets it. You'll get it because you're a student of Black Dragon. And I didn't get it. But it's very easy for me to tell you what doesn't work, as I did a lot of things that didn't work. So it'd be a great thing for you to figure out what does work, and I'll be more than happy to tell you that. A prospect acknowledges no other name than prospect. Hey, what's your name, prospect? In my club, you got a number. I'm prospect 66. Good to meet you. And when you introduce yourself club first. What is your name? I am Black Sabbath, Motorcycle Club Nation, Atlanta chapter, prospect 39. Because all of those things are more important than you. The Mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation, the chapter from which you hail, then your name and position. Position and name. Position, name. Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation, Atlanta chapter, prospect my position, 66. You guys remember when Prospect 49 rode across the country with me? That was Prospect 49. Now we proudly call him Lion Lock. What is your name? I am Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. I am Mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation, Atlanta chapter, Prospect 66, bro. You will acknowledge no other name other than that. I absolutely love Walking Dead, the Negan series. Who are you? I am Negan. We are Negan. All of us are Negan. It's important to understand the impact of the organization, the cult, whatever you want to call it, the MC to which you have ascribed and seek to become a member. A prospect never speaks ill of his full patch brothers. Why? Because you need everybody's vote to get in. I can talk bad about road captain such and such. I can't stand Sully, man. He's such a jerk, especially when it's time to go riding. He thinks he's so much, man. He thinks he can like ride everybody. But that guy ain't even really a good road captain. I'll out road captain his ass in my sleep. You don't get to say that. You're a prospect. You still need Sully's vote, bro. So whatever you do, don't talk ill of club brothers. Full patch. Don't talk ill of anybody. Don't even go to another club brother. Man, I just can't stand such and such. He's such an asshole. No, because you don't know the relationships people have with each other in the club. That might have been such and such's best friend. He goes, hey, man, stop being such an asshole to Prospect 49. Oh, so he told you that, huh? Now you got a sworn enemy that's going to come back to bite you when it's time to vote you in. In most traditional motorcycle clubs, you need a 100% upvote to become a member. You can't afford to alienate anybody. Just wait. Wait until you get that full patch. And then it can be Revenge City, baby. But up until then, you must be humble. Humble, as some people say, without the H. You must be humbly a humble prospect. Does that make sense? Now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So number 9, a prospect never discusses motorcycle club business with others. This is the hardest one because you want to tell your wife or your girlfriend you had such a good time with the club and they did such and such and so and so, and this is a secret organization. You don't get to talk to people, not even people that you share your bedroom pillow with. And you wonder about that because you see all these folks on the internet and you see all that stuff they're talking, and they be talking a whole lot of club business, but again, they shouldn't be, but those be full patch members and you don't be one. Right? Those are full patch members and you are not one. So as a prospect, be damned if you say something about club business. Those kind of words out of your mouth could mess up a whole year's worth of prospecting and you can't get in. So keep your mouth shut about club business. No matter how bad you want to tell it, bite your tongue, go tell another prospect. Talk to your sponsor about it. But don't tell it. Don't write it. Don't type it. Don't whisper it. Don't put it on a note. Don't put it on a sticky. Keep club business inside the club. Even if the club ain't keeping club business inside the club, even if the president is gossiping, and they do, and you don't get to, because you are a prospect. Does that make sense? 10. A prospect never attempts to speak for the motorcycle club. A prospect is not, unless specifically authorized to do so, a spokesman for the MC. If somebody puts a camera in your face, a microphone in your face, wants to do an interview, direct them to your sponsor or the sergeant at arms. Listen, I'm That's above my pay grade. I'm Prospect 66. I would love to answer your, well, just, yeah, I just want to know if your motorcycle club really did shoot that guy or not. Listen, that's above my pay grade. I'm not authorized to speak for the club. Well, we're not asking you to speak for the club. We're asking you to speak as a member. I'm not a member. I'm a prospect, and I'm not allowed to speak for the club. I would like to refer you to my sponsor, Big Brother Almighty, uh, 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 drug pusher, whatever his name may be. That's who you need to go talk to, or the Sergeant at Arms, Big Mike. Go talk to those guys. I don't have anything to say. Oh, well, we just want to ask you about your experience in motorcycle riding. I have no experience in motorcycle riding. I wish to talk about with you on the news. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your interest. Please contact those people. I don't speak for the MC. You just don't know enough as a prospect to do so, and you can cause a lot more harm than good. So keep that in mind. Um, I think this is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A prospect never lies to his brothers or prospective brothers. You don't lie to full patch members in an MC. You don't tell them any lies, no bravado, no, I was riding my motorcycle at 195 miles an hour. A lot of those guys have been on a motorcycle at 195 miles an hour. And if you're lying, they'll know. I saw this really cool movie last night. Trying to think of the name of it. These guys were in a concentration camp. Hart's War. It's called Hart's War. And Hart was an officer that was taken prisoner by the Germans, and he was sent to a prison camp, and he was tortured for 3 days, and then they asked him a bunch of questions, and he gave up the answers, and they let him go to the Stalag. And when he gets over there to the German concentration camp, um, the the leader asked him, he's like, "So did you meet the guard called Schultz? This was the tough guy." And he goes, "No, I didn't meet Schultz. Never saw the guy. The guy I saw was a different name." And he said, "Well, how long did they have you there? 5 days? Jesus, that must have been a long time." "No, they had me 3 days." "So what did you tell him?" "Nothing but my name, rank, and serial number." Well, this guy knew he was lying because he had been over there for 6 weeks, and they had escalated his torture all the way up to the top guy named Schultz. So if you didn't meet Schultz, the top guy, he already knew that you spoke because you didn't even get to the top guy. But then he was over there 6 weeks. You were over there 3 days. So when you tell him, "Oh, all I said was my name, rank, and serial number," he already knew you were lying. He already knew you spilled the information. You spilled the beans. You gave up the information. He already knew that because he knew, because he had been through that. And he had laid up in there 6 weeks and been tortured to hell. So he knew you were, you know, not someone who could take that level of torture. So when he asked that question, he already knew by the answers, he knew whether you were truthful or not. And he was able to peg that officer for being a weakling. And so Hart had a hard time in his in his time that he spent in the concentration camp. Very much like that, the MCs like that. These guys have done just about everything you're ever going to do on a motorcycle, or anything you've ever been, or they've been around. So a lot of times they'll ask you questions, embarrassing questions, designed to see if you're a damn liar or not. And the best thing to do would be like, I don't feel like talking about that. That's my business. I don't want to talk about that, before you lie to them, because you never want your club to peg you as some kind of damn liar, because then that makes you untrustworthy. My mother says, if you lie, you'll steal. If you steal, you'll kill. I don't like a liar or a cheat. So Don't be caught up like that. Never lie to your brothers. Next, a prospect doesn't take side in MC politics. I've said this 1,000 times. And again, we go back to because you need everybody's vote. You need everybody's vote. So because you need everybody's vote, you don't take sides in politics. You don't come over on this side or that side. When you're asked about that, say I have no standing in this. This is politics, and I'm not trying to be in club politics. I'm a prospect. My job is to serve the club. I need everybody's vote. I don't get to take one side or another. And I'm not trying to take one side or another. I'm trying to get through this prospecting period with my mouth shut, my head down, and proving my service to the club. Once I'm a full patch brother, I'll pick a side, but I don't have to right now, and I ain't trying to, and I ain't going to. I need everybody's vote. I love you all equally, or I hate you all just as much. So a prospect always protects the president. If you're a prospect and you're in a situation where you're alone with the president, or you see the president walk outside by himself, you got so many of these crazy, jerky presidents. I don't need any protection. I don't have those issues. Well, man, sergeant at arms is supposed to make sure the president's protected at all times. If you're a prospect and you see a lone president, get your ass on his 6 o'clock, get next to him, stand beside him. He puts a drink down, you pick it up and you hold it. Oh, I don't need that prospect, blah, blah. Hey, I'm a prospect. My job is to protect you, sir. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm going to do. So that's how you should move in a traditional motorcycle club. And you should be respected for having the knowledge to do so. Next, the prospect always shows up on two wheels. Unless it's a safety issue or you've been working so long on your job, you're too tired to ride, and again, we're a safety issue, you should show up rain, sleet, or snow, as long as you can safely do so on your two wheels. MC means move the crowd on two wheels on a motorcycle. That's what MC means. And when you're prospecting, that should be the time you're at everything possible. Rain, thunderstorm, earthquake, whatever the case may be. Planet bumping into our planet, a meteorite hitting us from Mars, you're still on your motorcycle. I expect to see prospects on their motorcycles. I need to know you like to ride. If we can't get you on a motorcycle now, what the hell are we going to be able to do when you become a full patch member? Just my idea on that I wrote in the Prospects Bible, and I believe by it, I swear by it, and that is the measure by which I measure. That is the metric by which I measure all my prospects. Do I see them on motorcycles? A prospect learns his bylaws. The best time to learn your bylaws is when you're a prospect. You almost won't have any time to learn them any other time. So as a prospect, do your prospecting period, read a few pages of your bylaws every single night, then read it backwards, then read it forward, then read it backwards. Kind of like they do the Quran. They get there and they practice reading it backwards. So by the time they get a certain age, they can read it backwards or forward. Know your bylaws backwards and forwards. Know it backwards and forwards. That way, no one will ever be able to get anything over your head. You know the bylaws. You know them like no one knows them. That is like the most important thing. Know the bylaws. Once you know the bylaws, no one can pull anything over your eyes. No one can BS you. You will know the bylaws. You'll know them forever. And the bylaws don't have to be like the Bible, the greatest thing quoted but never read. You know your bylaws. You've read them. You're strong in them. And that makes you strong, knowing your rights and your responsibilities, and the rights and responsibilities and the duties of others. So a prospect learns his bylaws. Next, a prospect learns his brothers' names and personalities. Man, my name is not Black Dragon. That's my club name. That's my riding name, but that's not my real name. You can't tell anybody that if I go down on my motorcycle. Oh, that's Black Dragon. I think you should know my blood type. Hey, Black Dragon, what's your blood type? Because we're riding together. I might lose my leg. I might need you to have. No, be positive, man. I know that. That's my brother. I know him. His name, John Edward Bunch II. I know him. Where's he from? I can tell you that. How many children does he? I can tell you that. Who's his next of kin? I can tell you that. I know my brothers in this club, especially this chapter. Now, you got a chapter with 400 people in it, might be a little bit difficult, but I would be at the point that I would know at least the first name and last name of everybody in my chapter, at least in my chapter. The people I ride with every day, the people I call brother, or the people I call sister. A prospect learns these people's names and personalities while he's prospecting. He takes the time to go figure it out and learn them and find out who they are and what they do. A prospect learns his motorcycle club's history. What good are you if you don't know where you come from? It's hard to know where you're going. A prospect must know the history of his motorcycle club. What does the patch stand for? What does each piece of paint on that patch mean? Oh, well, that's a loop with 7 stars on it around the moon and Jupiter, which meant that we crossed through the Northwest Passage in 1847 as cowboys on our way to rope the 7 cattle of the Phoenix Star above the Jupiter moon on Easter Sunday, which is why we call ourselves the Easter Sunday Riders. This is important to know. So nobody can fool you on your history or who you are. A person that knows who they are is a strong person. A person in a club that knows who his club is a strong person. You learn this as a prospect. Take the time. Make them teach you, bro. Make them. Demand the knowledge. So this brings us to number 18. A prospect knows what his colors represent, which is what I just talked about a few times. You know exactly what those colors on your back mean, what they represent. You also know things like, does this club expect you to die for those colors? Some clubs don't. Some clubs are like, if you ever get challenged for these colors, give them right over, bro. We got another set for you right over here. We got another set. Some clubs are like that. Other clubs are like, you better die in these colors, bro, or be carried back on top of them. Know what you're getting into. Know the club. Know what the colors represent, what they mean. Know the background. Know the type of club it is. Know what it does. Know what it doesn't do. Know if it's an illegal club, a legal club, a moral club, an immoral club, a moral club. Know what it does. Know what you're getting yourself into. Know these things. Learn them as a prospect. Know every aspect of your club you could possibly know. We expect you to be here for the rest of your life. A brotherhood till death do you part. If that's at all possible in your jargon. And last but not least, 19. A prospect is always humble and never starts fights. You don't start fights, prospect, because you ain't the one that's got to end them. The club has to end them. A lot of times, the club is the one that's got to end your fights, bro. The club has to end your fights. We got to be the ones that get called on the carpet. So we're expecting you to act as though you are part of something, not an individual. You're not a phalange. You are a part of a hand with fingers that forms a fist. You're more than just a phalange. You're a phalanges that form together to do things, to make things happen. You got to work as a unit, as one. So you don't start fights that we got to finish. You're a prospect. You don't have any issues. We'll let you know if we want you to fight somebody. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Take your cues from your sponsor. He'll tell you what to do. And you'll be strong. So, anyway, that's my 19 rules for prospective prospecting. Let's see what some of you wrote. And never take your colors off and let anybody else wear them. So yes, a prospect keeps, bro. One of the ones I saw, I saw this recently happen to one of my brothers. It was so embarrassing. He laid his colors down. Oh, at the Harley store. Oh man, that was so embarrassing for him. But you don't take your colors off, and if you got to do something with your colors or something, you put them in the hands of a brother. You don't let anybody hold your colors that's not in your club. None of that kind of stuff. Uh, so that was a good one. Let's see. Uh, David Morrison says, I know everyone's real name in my club. My blood type is 180 proof, says Ghost Eagle. The bylaws are there to save your butt. Absolutely. Hook my big brother up with some likes, y'all. Yeah, hook me up with some likes. Oh, my brother Snap from the Pensacola chapter. It's good to see you, brother Snap. You guys make sure to watch Snap TV here on YouTube. Snap TV is another motorcycle club channel done by my brothers. Snaptech TV, rather. Snaptech TV, done by my brothers, Architect and Snap, down in the Pensacola chapter. Snaptech TV is awesome. Awesome. You're going to laugh your butts off. It's an awesome show. And those guys are going to be big. They're going to be bigger than I am. And I'm just so proud of my brothers at Snaptech TV down in the Pensacola chapter. They're good folks, man. Glad to have you guys on. So I'm just checking to see if there's any questions, you guys. What's up with Braveheart? Braveheart's back there. You don't see him back there? He's back there asleep next to Bartholomew. Oh, heck. It's got a new selfie stick. It keeps turning over. Yeah, Braveheart's back there doing good. Oh, my goodness. I hate this brand new thing here. Okay. In general, somebody says, in general, with all people, the one thing I hate more than a thief is a liar. Amen, bro. My mother would say things like that. What do you think about, let's see, what do you think about motorcycle ministries? I think they're awesome. They're out trying to win souls for God. That's their thing that they should do. If that's how they feel, the way they should go. So absolutely. I love them. The old saying, loose sleep sinks ships. Okay, so you guys are with me on this. I'm looking to see if I have any new messages. Always stand up for yourself and your club. If someone disrespects you or the club or the clubhouse, handle business. You should always stand up to respect you. And if somebody disrespects you, you handle business. But you don't start nothing because you're a prospect. I don't expect you to be starting anything. I don't want to learn that you started it or you'll have issues with me. Let's see. Hi, Bartholomew and Braveheart. Are you being a good doggy? Hell no. Brutus Bartholomew has not been good. He just jumped out of the window and attacked a dog right when I was about to go on the show, and we had to. Uh, uh, it wasn't pretty. He's full in attack mode, chewing somebody's dog up, and I did not like that, did I? And we got down to a good understanding real quick that this is intolerable behavior. It won't be tolerated. And I think Brutus Bartholomew Maximus Bunch, the Magnificent, got that idea. So we hopefully never have to go through that again. Somebody just sent me some bunch of Z's like they were going to sleep. Am I that boring, Richard? Oh, sorry. But we're doing good here, I think. So did I find the owners? Not yet, but I am looking. We are looking. We're going to try to find the owners. We are looking. Big John, Big Block Joker. Looks like you have a few problems here. Hope you get that worked out, bro. Anyway, I think we did good for tonight. 44 minutes. Are there any more questions? Integrity is one major thing a person can have. Always know your role. Uh, absolutely. Integrity is everything, man. Wait till I wrote a whole like 7,000 words on integrity in my new book, President's Bible. So I can't wait till you guys get a chance to read that. All righty then. So this is what we're gonna do on Sundays. We're gonna have some um, school Bible study. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna be studying out of the books that I wrote. Just so and I'm doing this because this was an Ask Black Dragon Sunday, and I wasn't always getting a lot of questions, and we'd just be sitting on here looking at each other. So I decided, hey, let me start. I didn't decide that, actually, my club brother, and I have to give all the credit to this to my club brother, Vader, Lord Vader of the Atlanta chapter, vice president of the Atlanta chapter, asked me last week, why don't you start Bible study Sundays where you've written all these Bibles, so why don't you do Bible study? So that's what we're doing, Bible study Sundays. This first Bible study was 19 principles or 19 best practices for prospecting for a motorcycle club, Prospects Bible Study Sunday. And I'm so glad you guys could attend. If my cut is out in the open, it is on my back, no matter where I am or who I am around, it comes off for nothing and nobody, says Justin Knight. And that is the best practice. Chaplain Barefoot, good to see you, man. You guys got to check out Chaplain Barefoot. He's got an incredible Facebook page. A chaplain. He's in the motorcycle club world. He's the real deal. I've had an opportunity to speak to him on the phone. Just love what they're doing, their ministry, everything that he's doing. I support them, and I'm so glad to see you on my show. Thank you for being here, man. I would turn on the applause if I was at the house. But Ghost Eagle said, I would love to have your books. My books are available. Black Dragon and Black Sabbath. No, where are my books available? My books are available on blackdragonsgear.com, my online store, blackdragonsgear.com, Black Dragon Gear store. Also, you can get my books on Amazon, and you can get my books on Kindle. My books I've written so far are the Sergeant at Arms Bible, a #1 bestseller for over 3 years. Prospects Bible, my first book, a #1 bestseller since 2014. And the Motorcycle Club Public Relations Officer's Bible, a book I wrote to examine the how public relations should be handled in motorcycle clubs. And also I wrote the Prospects book, Prospects Bible for women's motorcycle clubs. And my fifth book, which is called President's Bible, will be available. I mean, probably. I mean, I'm saying really, maybe 30 days. It was supposed to be out this May. I'm still struggling to get it finished, but we're just weeks away from completion. So that's what's going on. With me, you can. We have my Discord server. Please, the instructions on how to get on the Discord server are in the comments section or the description section below. Would love to have you guys on the Discord server. And BikerLiberty.com is our online news magazine. We're on Black Dragon Biker TV here on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram TV. All right, damn near an hour, y'all. So that's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. I'm out here in Little Five Points, Georgia. Just a beautiful place in Atlanta. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I wish I could show you all the paintings on the walls and stuff. I mean, it's just a eclectic heaven down here. We're down here Sunday for Easter Sunday. She's asleep over there, but we wanted to get her out for Easter Sunday. And
this is Mother's Day.
It's Easter Mother's Day Sunday. It's not terrible. So we're out here for Easter Mother's Day Sunday. Oh, so embarrassed. We're out here for Mother's Day Sunday. So that's embarrassing. C. Ruger said our Discord station is C. Pound WMC. You guys hit me with that pound WMC. Pound WMC means the motorcycle club is not about I, but it is about we. Are you going to write a Road Captain's Bible? Absolutely, Edward. Absolutely. By the end of the year, I'll have motorcycle club. Road Captain's Bible out, and hopefully Secretary's Bible. And I hope to have them all done by middle next year. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciated having you. I'm Black Dragon. See you at 8 tomorrow morning for Black Dragon Biker News. Biker News you can trust. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny.